If you ever feel like you're waiting for change, like the system is just too big to move, and you're just one person, I get it. In my research at Design 39 campus, I saw that struggle firsthand through educators like Cami, Kelly, and Judy. Educators who wanted more for their students, who dreamed of learning spaces filled with creativity, purpose, and connection. Then something remarkable happened. They stopped waiting. They took control and used a method called design thinking to create the classrooms everyone deserves. That's what designing schools, how design thinking makes you irreplaceable in the age of AI, is all about. A story filled with research, strategies, and a vision for how we can make being in education the best job ever again. In the book, these educators share how design thinking didn't just change their teaching, it sparked a vibrant community of learners where agency and collaboration fueled every lesson. Because when teachers and students have the freedom to explore big ideas, they don't just grow, they thrive together.
Agency isn't just about choice. It's about understanding how the systems we engage with shape us and learning to influence them in return.
We knew we wanted to change the way we did school, and we knew we wanted things to look different. And we knew that most schools are designed so that like all the students are facing the front of the room, right? The teacher has all the power, teacher's in charge. There's a lot of compliance in education because we're trying to use like these models of efficiency. And we really wanted to shift that and make it a lot more student-centered.
Schools have these expectations that are embedded in the hierarchy that might not like be aligned with what you value, but because you're in a system, it feels like then you are bound to the expectations in a system. The system tells you exactly what success is. And so to stray from that, you're like an anomaly, and that's hard. That's hard if you have aspirations, you have a livelihood you want to maintain. There are just so many variables that you have to hold on to ensure, right? Your own security, reputation. There's just so many things that I think keep us from really growing together.
As AI evolves and accelerates, agency extends beyond humans, making it essential for us to stay curious and confident in our decisions. These 4 power moves are your guide to leveraging your human advantage and thriving in a world with AI. Your strengths and creativity are what make you irreplaceable. And when you identify your unique strengths, it energizes you to align with places that reflect who you are rather than just trying to fit in.
I think it's around creation and being a part of a network and a community of like-minded, passionate educators and the things that we can do together. It's extremely empowering.
With agency, you find the spaces where your talents thrive, and you're able to attract the right people so that you can connect with those who are solving the same kinds of problems and doing the same kind of work that inspires and motivates you.
That's what makes it all worthwhile. It's just like the fun part of being here on campus. Just the joy that you see in the kids' faces and then in your colleagues' faces every morning when they come in with some new grandiose idea that you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Let's try it and see what happens.
And so now when I walk in different spaces, I'm constantly looking for the map makers and the wayfinders and the bridgers that will enable me to continue to move work forward. But I don't know that I would have been able to be as creative and innovative if I weren't playing and living, learning and growing in this space.
Trust needs to be there where it's okay to fail and make those mistakes. And when you make those mistakes and the people show up and they lift you back up, that's when you become a better teacher and a better human.
We foster a culture of innovation through empathy. Because meaningful innovation begins with truly understanding people.
I feel like kids are so, they're not self-centered, but they think about themselves a lot. When we did Maker 39, it definitely got them out thinking about other people.
They've created charitable organizations and they've moved forward to be really impactful in their spaces.
So when we're thinking about empathy, it is so important to slow kids down in thinking, how do you know it's really a problem for others? Because you might think it's a problem for you.
He went out to seek out individuals that were no longer on our campus teaching, but he went out in the community to connect with them so that he could continue to move his work forward. So you see these seeds that have really blossomed into these beautiful things that I feel like it started here, but it didn't just start here. It started here in this community of learners, parents, administrators, LEDs alike, to be in this space that really nurtured learning and growing and being impactful.
One thing I really love about this campus in particular is that you can bring your joys and passions to students, right? And so when we're hiring people and we're looking at bringing people on board, we ask them, what are your superpowers? What are the things that you love doing outside of the classroom that you can bring to kids? Things that we wouldn't traditionally see in school. How can you bring those things to kids to let them experience the world, right? We want them to have these authentic, real learning experiences where we're living, everything's contextualized. Then we have to bring things in from the real world and bring in our passions and interests to help in that area.
The transition to our final power move requires a crucial mindset shift. From measuring hours worked to focusing on impact made. While AI tools can assist, they cannot replicate the depth of human connection needed to drive lasting change.
Technology is something really interesting to think about as a parent. You want your kid to understand what the latest things that are happening, and you want them to research and have the power of the internet and everything that's out there. But you also understand there's this danger zone out there too.
When they are creating using AI, how do you use it responsibly? Because it's here to stay, and we know that. It is a tool that you can use to elevate who you already are.
Why should we scare them by keeping it away from them? Instead of let's embrace them and teach them the two sides, and then in how to determine what is real and what is fake. So as they grow with their own agency and intelligence levels, they can make those better informed decisions.
With great power comes great responsibility. If you're using it in a way where it's elevating your work, it's not really competition, it's really a companion to what you're doing.
But the best part, you don't have to do it all alone. Your AI tools can act as your teammates, handling certain tasks that free you to focus on what matters most: courage, creativity, and meaningful human connection. Discover how to embrace agency and AI with Designing Schools, how design thinking makes you irreplaceable in the age of AI, available now.